네네네.
파스타를 먹으러 갔는데 제가 또 막 이런 것도 좋아해요. 파스타 먹으러 가는 거 좋아하는데 파스타 먹으러 가는 거 좋아해요.
깜짝이야. 네, 대리님.
Driving home with my shoes off. It's been too long. Need tire must be probably another one. World's on fire, but gas is cheap. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. The muddy wind that once made us meet is blowing furiously down the street. The friendly breeze at our back has lately been swaying, and I don't know if you're looking for somebody better. thinking of all the ways you were too nice to me. And today I wanna run away, 'cause you're making me say things I think I may actually mean. This feeling is new, this feeling is strong.
얘는 사람한테는 거의 안 와요.
초롱이는 다리가 3개예요.
It doesn't feel bad, it still feels wrong.
그래가지고 다리가 3개라서 그래서 집안에서 서 있어요.
You ask me how I'm doing, I tell you I'm fine. Just learning to love you and love me at the same time.
You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that is coming to a place with ocean view. You're like an old familiar friend when all is new.
I know your face so well, but I can tell that it's changing. I know when you lie there still that you've just been resting. We get along so well, but I see that we're changing. We've got a long way down till we're 60 years old. We've got a long way down.
나는 뭐 회사에서 출근하다가 그런 정말 힘이 안 들거든. 근데 먹고 살고 이런 거 소연실에도 거기 국수사랑 갔다 왔대. 너무 맛있게 먹었다고. 셋이 같이 있어. 얘네가 좀 사이가 좋아요. 좋은지.
My brother and I left the family tree. When I tell the story, they say that they left me. So I wander through the country with no name. Hard to know just who you are without somewhere to stay. I feel broken, weary of the wars I can't escape. Tired of hoping for the promised morning light to break. And then I heard you calling out my name, singing, do not be afraid. I will be your dwelling place. It's a brand new morning and the birds are happy still. I keep fighting for my peace and taking pills. You come asking me to lay my burdens down. Why do I feel safer with my worries and my...
해달라고?
주사 있어요?
저 주사 없어. 그냥 취하면 그냥 딱 취한 사람처럼 보여요.
맞아요.
다른 주사 이런 게 없고.
고양이를 섞지 말자. 분리를 하자. 그래서 따로 그룹을 만들어서 고양이를 만들고 최근에 이제
I don't wanna come on too strong, yeah. I'm always worried I'll stay too long, but what's on your mind tonight? I love it when we can laugh together. That kind of thing, it just makes me feel better. I'm gonna give this just one try. what if I told you you took my breath away? And what if I told you I wish that I could stay? Is it a mistake? Will my heart break? Or will you love when I say? What if I told you you took my breath away?
아 웃겨.
그러니까 여기서 마시고 향이 먼저 취하기.
원래 꿀도 하루에 한두 숟갈씩 먹어야 좋대요 몸에. 근데 입으로 안 먹고 있잖아. 그러니까 이런 거 할 때 그냥 한 숟갈씩 먹으면
여기 와서 영업 많이 당했어. 영업. 어제 원두 영업 당하고. 로이키였나? 로키.
이렇게
더 많아졌대요. 작년 10월부터 이제 그나마 좀씩. 나중에 보면 예약 빡세질 것 같다고 저희가.
I wake up in the morning in this great blue state. Golden fingers caress my face. Slips through the window on a silky breeze. A dreamer's line to plant some seeds.